Hey, what's going on, guys? I haven't updated this in a while, but I wanted to do it because I've been trading a lot, I've been studying a lot, and things are finally going very well for me. And I think it's time for me to update this, I guess. So I will update my exact profits and portfolio and stuff in the future. But in today's video, I'm going to be going over some strategies and some more information for traders out there. So let's get right into a trade that I made today that was a great example trade because of how well I traded it. So let's get right into the Thinkorswim and we'll go over these trades. So here we are in Thinkorswim, and so this is the trade that I took today. It's WLL, and we're currently in earnings season. That's why I was playing a lot of earnings because I would say I'm the best at playing earnings. So if you look here at the 20-day 1 hour chart, we'll see that over here we'll see the gap down. This received bad earnings, gap down a ridiculous amount. And for me, I've realized the more intense the drop is, the more likely the recovery will be. And the thing is that this was a ridiculous, almost 100% drop right here from 18.6 to around 11, which was a ridiculous amount of drop. So let's go a little bit deeper into my thinking for this trade. So let's go into the 5-minute chart. So as you can see in deeper, we'll see this, and this is what the first criteria that I have is further drop in market open. We don't want to see recovery on the first day because then the recovery will be exhausted. So I see this drop in the initial day, and I'm thinking this is way too lavish of a drop for this stock. If we go to the 1 year chart, this drops a significant amount. And maybe they did have very terrible earnings, but the thing is that at some degree this was over exaggerated and it was bound to recover. So what I did was I knew as soon as this opened up, if I saw stability in this first candle, not only stability, but I saw an upwards movement. I already saw this upward movement as pre-market hit. We saw upwards movement, mostly staying in above the VWAP, a bit under here. But as it started, I knew it was going to be bullish, and it immediately went over the VWAP, and I was able to enter right over here at 11:01, I believe, and wrote it up, and I was lucky to be able to get out so perfectly, only missing a few cents of profit. And this right here was around a $70 trade with around $1,400 of equity, so it was around a 4% gain. And what's important is sometimes I try to stay in my trades just to get the most profit out of it I can, but you have to understand when momentum is slowing. And the biggest thing that I've noticed, the biggest tool that I recently used was the VWAP. And of course, I've had the VWAP, other people have used the VWAP. It's a very self-explanatory thing. But the more I used it, the more I realized how powerful of a tool it is exactly. And what it's powerful for is what people don't realize is most people try to use bounces. But the best thing VWAP is for trend determination. What I mean by this is that clearly in this initial part, we'll see that this was very bullish just by the distance that it had made from the VWAP. This gray line over here is the VWAP, and you can see the gray distance, and this shows that the strong bullish trend. The importance of this is for me, I would say 90% of the time that I lose money is when I'm trading against the trend. For a while, I've been trying to find the bottom of a fall and try to get the recovery. But the smarter thing to do is trade where the stock is heading right now and not try to find out when it's going to turn. And since I did this, my profits have been more, everything has been safer. I've felt more comfortable in trades. This was only 4%, but 4% when you're sizing into a real thing. Let's say a typical share size of a professional trader is anywhere from 30,000 to 100,000. 4% with 100,000 is $4,000. 4% with $10,000 is $400 in 8 minutes. This was an 8-minute play that I did, which is a very, very large profit margin with a very low amount of risk. If I saw that this started to make distance from this VWAP line, maybe headed this way, I would have left the trade maybe with 1 to 2% loss. And I have one more trade to go over. It's TWOU. So I traded yesterday. This one was a bit more aggressive. So the night before I saw, like I said, the steeper the drop, the higher the recovery will be. So over here we saw one of the most significant drops I've ever seen. It was from around, I wouldn't count it, average price over here is around $35, dropped all the way to a low of 11, which is ridiculous. A ridiculous drop, and way over. Of course, the earnings must have been bad for this drop to happen this poorly, but again, we see on the first day, we'll see more, and then more drop, and then stability in the pre-market and post-market over here. And the stability showed me that there will be some kind of recovery. So if I go back to the, can I even see this? Yeah, okay. So 1 minute over here, we saw, I could have entered this a bit more because I did see stability in this, but it had a quick drop that kind of made me iffy. So, but when the second candle started shot up, I entered right over here, rode this up, and exited right here. Over here, the only reason I exited was because I saw a slowing of the trend. It was a good distance away from this VWAP, but the thing was that it was also maintaining a distance from the top VWAP. And I saw that this bullish trend had exited, and this stock has a ridiculous amount of volume, and the thing with volume this strong is that it can also drop very quickly. So I felt safe and I dropped out here. This over here was around $40 of profit that I missed out. I'm not too worried about that because this is a $100 trade right here. If I had entered and exit well, I'd say I could have gone closer to 150 to 180, I would say, in profit. But $100 is great for me. Again, I'm not worried about the dollar amount. I'm more worried about the percentage, and this was around a high 8% gain, which is very, very significant. If you didn't know, 8% is what Warren Buffett makes in a year. So that's a very, very good profit. Again, 8%, a 9% basically profit with $100,000 would be $9,000. So the main thing if you get anything out of this video is to understand, don't trade against the trend. And it took me a while to realize this because I was like, why would I trade the trend when I can try to find the bottom and get the most profit? Yes, if in the unlikely event that you do catch a reversal, you will make more than what you would have traded. But the consistency is what's important. If you're trying to make a career out of trading, it's the consistency of your trades that matters. And that's what I tried to implement. I tried to my weekly goal has always been 6%. This means I'm trying to hit 2% minimum on each of my trades when I trade 3 times a week. And as of this week, I made around 15%. But the thing is, the principle stays the same. Once I cross that 2% margin, I'll set my stop loss there so that I always have a minimum of 2% gain. Hopefully it goes uphill from here, but I will be updating my actually, you know what? Let's just update it right now. So I have 2 trading journals. This is the overall portfolio over here, and the other one's P&L, more exact. So what we're looking at is either account deposit. So usually I'll be depositing anywhere from $50 to $150 dollars every week. This is a period that I didn't, and as you can see, my account has grown from 400 to around 1,500. But again, most of that is deposits. My total profit margin over here, the P&L, is only $145. But hopefully it'll go up. So this is my overall growth, including deposits, and this is my P&L. So as you can see, I've been consistently above green, but I haven't been able to make too much distance and consistently grow. And hopefully this is the highest I've ever been on the chart. And hopefully from here, my trading gets better and I start to trade more efficiently. That's pretty much it for this video. In the future, I could go deeper. I have switched from Robinhood to Webull just because it's a lot better for day trading, and I will be shorting. I'm working on shorting strategies soon because I have the feeling we'll be entering a bull market soon. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.